Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Cash Motorsports from the legendary Talladega Super Speedway. Thank you for joining us tonight. Today, Cash Motorsports presents the Talladega Gold Rush, a 30-lap Craftsman Truck Series showdown where the draft will be everything and the moves will come fast, and there is money on the line. This race is proudly hosted by Cash Motorsports and brought to you by GEC Broadcasting, with today's action broadcasted live by myself, Jamie G. We're set to bring every lap, every push, and every big moment from one of the most unpredictable tracks in all of racing. Talladega is a place where no driver wins alone. It takes patience, timing, teamwork, and the courage to make the right move when the field starts building momentum. One push can launch you to the front. One mistake can end your day in an instant. Today we have 19 drivers roll onto the high banks of Talladega, all chasing the same goal: survive the draft, stay in position, and be there when it counts. With only 30 laps to get it done, there is no time to wait too long. Every lap matters, every run matters, and every decision could be the difference between cashing in or going home empty-handed. With a $5 entry and the top three get paid out on the line, this one's about more than just bragging rights. First place takes home $105, second place earns $65, and third place walks away with $45. Before anyone can claim the gold, they have to survive the night at Talladega. The sun is up, the track is ready, and the trucks are gonna come alive. For everyone watching live, welcome to Cash Motorsports presents the Talladega Gold Rush, brought to you by GEC Broadcasting, and today, we race for gold. Thank you so much that showed up tonight. It's going to be an amazing night here at Talladega. Super excited to get this started. We got, it looks like 19 drivers on the track. Awesome to see these guys out here tonight. Last week, we didn't have as many, but this week, everybody showed out to put on a show, and we expect to catch every lap. Out here right now, it looks like these guys are starting their qualifying run. That's going to determine who is on the front of the podium. But being on the podium here doesn't count as much at most tracks. You're going to want to pace yourself, be in position towards the end of the race, and just make sure that you survive any carnage that happens. So really excited to see what these guys can get done tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look and see who's at the top so far. Looks like so far on the top of the list, Daniel Holcraft in that 31 is actually going to be on the top for the podium at the moment with a 53.38. These guys haven't made very many laps yet. It looks like Daniel just finishing his qualifying run. Shane Hatfield sitting in second place. He's going to also be coming off. But there is the switch up right there. Not a lot of people have ran it quite yet. But Michael Brown now taking it for second place. Keith Powell taking that first place position, leaving Michael Brown in third. William Clark. Man, these guys are just switching it up. We're going to go ahead and go over that podium run here after all these guys start getting off the track. But it looks like these guys are going to be finishing up here soon. A few drivers still haven't put down any times yet, so we'll see what happens. A lot of familiar names out here on the track. Kenneth McCullough, James Waring, Joshua McCullough. We also have out here Todd McDuffie, Derek Raleigh, Josh Laughlin, Terry Wilson. A lot of big names here tonight. Super excited to see what these guys can do tonight here at Talladega. Only 30 laps for this race, so not a lot of time to get it done, but we're going to see what's in store for us here in a moment. Let's go ahead and go over some of these qualifying runs. It looks like at the top currently is going to be Kenneth McCullough Jr. out there with a 53.25 at the moment, taking that pole position. James Waring out there in second place. He's going to be in that number 95 with a 53.25. Joshua McCullough taking third place. He's going to be in that number 14. He's going to have a 53.27. William Clark sitting in 4th place in the number 49 with a 53.28. In the number 20, Cody. You know, I'm not great at names, and I haven't seen Cody out here before, so I'm going to try his last name. It's Meester. Ah, man, I hope I got that right. But Cody, good luck out there. He's going to be sitting in 5th place with a 53.30. We also have the number 304, Keith Powell, out there. We've seen him before with a, looks like, 53.31. Michael Brown also in that number 11 with a 53.34. Josh Laughlin out there in the 002. He's going to have a 53.36, putting him in 9th. Derek Raleigh jumping out of position up into 7th. But that's going to push Michael Brown and Laughlin down to 9th. It looks like we are about to start gridding up, but leading out our top 10, Daniel Holcroft in that number 31. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to start gridding up. Thank you once again for being here, and as always, we're going to start it off with your national anthem. We'll see you back out on the track in a moment.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back out on the track. Let's go ahead and go over the grid. On that first row, James Waring and Kenneth McCullough Jr. Second row, Josh McCullough and William Clark. Third row is going to have Cody Burmeister and Keith Powell. Row 4, Derek Raleigh and Michael Brown. Row 5 is going to have Josh Laughlin and Daniel Holcroft. Row 6, Terry Wilson and Gerard Essenberg. Row 7, Justin Smith and Joe Conan. Row 8, Todd McDuffie and Shane Hatfield. Row 9 is going to have Jackson Bice and Dwayne Drumberg. Row 10, Joey Allen and William Scott. And row 11, Ambrose. Man, I gotta learn these last names. I do apologize, but here we go. They're on the backstretch right now. We're going to have a lot of fun here at Cash Motorsports tonight for another exciting race at a super speedway. 30 laps to get it done, like we said before. So it's really going to matter how these guys stay together, push hard, and make sure that they get up to the front without any kind of carnage. But as we know, carnage goes hand in hand here at these super speedway plate racing tracks. Beautiful Lego car up front, man. That's awesome with Kenneth McCullough Jr. He's got a beautiful car tonight. Looks like pace car is about to come off the track. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, as these guys start to come around. That green flag's about to come out. Green flag has dropped. Here we go. Thundering by. These guys are starting off great already. Nice 2 rows. Little bit of juggling back and forth. Oh, we already got a car around. 27 up on his side. No caution comes out. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be our first caution of the night. Joey Allen involved in that crash. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened on that last yellow. Right up on the hood. Almost on the hood. Almost flipping over for that number 27 of Joey Allen. Let's go ahead and go back and see if we can take a look and see what happened to that other car that went off the track. I believe that might have been the number 15, maybe? Oh, we had a car blink out. I wonder if... yeah, that was... yeah, it was the number 15, unfortunately, of Shane Hatfield. Going down hard into the wall. 27 taking a bunch of damage after that almost flip right there. 15 hitting the wall pretty hard. He's going to have a little bit of damage on that right, or that left front fender. Meatball flag for Shane right there after hitting that wall. He's going to have to come in and use that fast repair. Smoke coming out of the back of that number 15. As they limp their way back around, he's going to have to take it easy getting back in the pits. That number 15, a lot of smoke coming out of the back of that truck. Huge damage for him, unfortunately, right in the beginning of this race. Not sure who's all going to come down into pit road, but definitely going to be the 27 and 15 coming down in. Looks like everybody deciding to come down into pit lane. Oh, but Ambrose stays out, the 04. He's going to go ahead and stay out of pit lane. Who's going to win this trip off of pit lane? Looks like Keith McCullough Jr. That's going to put him in second place behind Ambrose. It looks like I lied, ladies and gentlemen. We have 21 drivers on the track tonight. Unfortunately, Joe Conan actually looks like he may have disconnected for connectivity issues, technical difficulties coming out of that number 72, so it looks like he's no longer in the race. Few drivers still in pit lane. The number 27 of Joey Allen now just coming out, and then Dwayne Drummond, he's also going to be sitting in pit lane, and that number 18, William H. Scott in the 21, still sitting in there as well. Hopefully we see those guys come back out onto the track. 04 is going to take the lead. Ambrose. That's going to put Kenneth McCullough Jr. in second. Josh McCullough sitting right there behind him in that number 14 in third. William Clark in fourth, Keith Powell in fifth. That's going to be our starting grid to get back up and running for this Cash Motorsports Talladega Gold Rush. Early caution coming in. As we cross the finish line, these guys are going to go back double file. It's going to be a battle between the 04 of Ambrose and the 003 with Kenneth McCullough Jr. on his outside in that beautiful Lego car. A lot of these cars looking really good tonight. Lights are going to be off the pace car. They're going to go one more time around. Then we're getting back to green flag action here at Talladega. (14) of Josh McCullough is going to start on the inside behind that 04. (49) of William Clark on the outside behind that number 7 of McCullough Jr. Looks like all the drivers did get back out on the track. Derek Raleigh and William Scott Jr. coming back out. They're making their way back up to the field in the backstretch before we get to the green flag. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, back to the restart zone. Pace car off the track. 04 and number 7 gonna take it from here. Here we go. Green flag is back out. (14) pushing hard on the back of that 04. The 003 dropping back a little bit. He's gonna be sitting, looks like, back into 5th. Here we go. That outside line starting to progress pretty heavily on the inside. Looks like the 304 looking to take it 3 wide right there. He might drop down into that bottom lane with the number 49 behind him. They're going to have to make a move soon because that inside line's starting to move up pretty quick. 14, 7, and the truck of Waring pushing on that outside. Looks like they're going to be all alone. A lot of movement in that middle lane right there. They're going to want to be careful. We're now 3 wide coming across the front stretch. .304 in command of that middle lane with the 49 right behind him. That 304 is going to be Keith Powell. 49 keeping charge. William Clark in the middle. That outside line progressing pretty heavily. They're running pretty tight up top there. Josh McCullough now taking the lead from this. Keith McCullough Jr. right there behind him. The 2 McCulloughs up front. James Waring right there behind him. Jackson Buys sitting in 4th place. Up 13 spots in that number 33. Outside line taking a huge commanding lead. Inside line's now falling apart. It doesn't look like that middle lane is doing too much better. We're almost 4 wide here. 49 right up behind the 71 of Derek Raleigh. Derek Raleigh trying to take charge of that middle lane, seeing if they can make something happen. But they're going to need more than just 2 drivers. They're going to need at least 3 or 4 to make up for what that outside lane's taking care of. Outside lane with about 7 drivers in line, and they are moving. A little bit of contact with the wall right there for the 067 of Justin Smith. Still maintaining, coming through there. He's going to have the 304 right in front of him of Keith Powell. 41 ending the tail end of that line on the outside. That number 41 is keeping pace. Oh, and the 33 decide to join him on that outside. There we go. 71 of Derek Raleigh getting a little bit more traction with a couple cars behind him. As they fall apart a little bit, we're about to go back 4 wide again almost. Outside line taking a huge commanding charge. Josh McCullough is still up in the lead of this race. That inside line is going to have to work together if they want to get up through it. Leading that inside line is going to be William Clark. Raleigh dropping down below in front of William Clark. The number 16 is now right there in the 3rd position on that bottom line, Terry Wilson. A little bit of movement coming from that bottom line. They're going to have to keep it straight if they want to build momentum. 33 is now falling in the middle. Jackson Bice, he's going to wind up falling behind a little bit if he doesn't find a line. Couple drivers right there behind him, it looks like. Smart move by the 33, dropping down low. Ooh, almost contact right there with Raleigh. He goes around. Huge crash right there with the number 33. Or I'm sorry, the number 71, involving Dwayne Hammond as well. Derek Raleigh involved in that crash. Let's go back and take a look and see what happens. Looks like a good push from the number 49 coming from behind. William Clark. Those trucks on the outside get real close right there for that side draft. The number 95 on the outside of the 71. '71 making contact with the number 7, trying to correct it, unable to get down to the bottom, but the 49 getting underneath him. 49 pushing through of William Clark. Looks like the 35 involved. The 304 also involved. '11 making a little bit of contact with the 304. 95 of James Waring is going to be going to the pits. 304 in the pits, and Dwayne Drummond also in the pits. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on with those guys. Bunch of damage on the right front of that truck right there for the 95 of James Waring. Uses that fast repair. Gets right back out onto the track. Keith Powell, he's also going to be in the pits still. Hopefully they have a fast repair and can get back out in the middle of this race. Josh McCullough still our leader at the moment in that number 14, with Kenneth McCullough Jr. right behind him in that 003. As these trucks come back around, it looks like a good chunk of them are going to come down into pit lane. Keith Powell, Dwayne Drummond now coming out in the 18 and the 304. They're going to make it back around the track to try to catch up. It looks like McCullough now coming out as well. Looks like these guys are just feeling it up to get around to the last few laps. 19 laps to go. Only 11 laps completed so far. 2 cautions. A lot of action already, ladies and gentlemen. Terry Wilson in the number 16 now showing as our leader, with Ambrose right behind him in that 04. Let's go ahead and check on some of the repairs right now. Looks like William Scott taking 1 minute and 21 seconds. Dwayne Drummond taking 1 minute. Michael Brown also with 30 seconds. Keith Powell with 24. Justin Smith 20. Joey Allen with 16 and Jackson with only 3. Ultimately, these guys are going to have to pace themselves. They're going to have to make sure that they're not involved in anything crazy after using that fast repair. You cannot have damage and stay competitive here, unfortunately, with these draft tracks. The aero packages really make it difficult to keep up with the pack. You'll fall back like a brick immediately with any kind of damage on these trucks. And even if you don't fall back, it's hard to push forward in front of the other trucks if you can maintain pace with this main pack. Looks like lights are going to be off that pace car. We're going to go back double file here. Terry Wilson and Ambrose in the number 04 are going to battle it out. So far, our lineup with Ambrose on the front, moving 20 spots. He's going to be in that 04. Josh McCullough right there in that 14, showing second. Terry Wilson showing third, up 8 spots. Cody Brewmeister, I'm just going to call him Brewmeister, in that number 20 and showing in fourth. It looks like Dwayne Drummond showing in fifth. William Clark in sixth. Laughlin in seventh. Justin Smith in 8th, Todd McDuffie in 9th, and Derek Raleigh in 10th after that big crash. Huge inside line right there. Pace car off the track, ladies and gentlemen. Restart battle between Terry Wilson and Ambrose. Here we go. Back to the restart zone. Green flag is back out. We're back racing. A little bit of a stack up right there with the 49 and the 33. 33 with a decent checkup. 41 decides to jump to the outside behind the 14. 16 and 4 are going to have to make charge with what they got until the rest of the pack catches up. Beautiful little cushion for the 04. But if you get out too far, that pack will catch up quickly. Looks like that outside line is forming back up again. Oh, car up into the wall. The number 20 right behind the number 14. They're able to maintain it. That line falling apart a little bit. We're going to be 3 wide. Let's go ahead and ride along with the number 16, Terry Wilson, to see what's going on in those cars. Nice and steady on the wheel coming around those corners. You don't want to get up behind the car too much. But as you can see, real tight on the track right there, up towards the front. Like I said, they're going to have to work together if they want that inside line to work. A little bit of side draft coming off of Laughlin's car. Terry Wilson getting it done, but falling back as that 3 wide starts to push that inside line further back. Nice little checkup right there for Terry Wilson. Terry Wilson sitting right there behind Neville. They are dropping back pretty far. That outside and middle lane are moving forward. Let's go ahead and ride along with Derek Raleigh sitting up. Oh, he's in the front of that middle pack. Middle pack making a good progression on that middle line as they're moving forward. Oh, and he gets turned again as we're watching in car. Bunch of damage. That is going to be Cody Brewmeister. Huge damage for Brewmeister right there. Let's go ahead and take a look. And I'm not 100% sure that called a caution. It did call a caution. Let's go back and take a look. See, I thought I was on Raleigh's car. Apparently, I was on Cody's car of the number 20. Ooh, slips off the nose of the truck behind him. The truck behind him that looks like the 002 making contact right there. 002 of Josh Laughlin. Getting those cars sideways. A lot of contact from a bunch of other cars right there. The 20 almost up into the air. Raleigh with some contact on that outside wall, and with the number 20, he's going to have some damage after just using that fast repair. Let's go back and take a small look and see what other cars were involved. Looks like the 304 and the 4 involved in that. The 95 going down to the bottom of the track. Barely missing the number 31. Daniel Holdcraft almost caught it right there, but he was able to avoid that crash, luckily. Go ahead and go live and see what's going on in the pits. A lot of a lot of trucks in the pits right now as they start to come off. Ooh, McLaughlin. That was a close race right there. Coming off of pit lane with McCullough making it off first. Josh McCullough. That's going to put him in 4th place. Shane Hatfield now leading this race in that number 15 after that huge crash involving the number 20. 95 of James Waring sitting in 2nd. The number 20 of Cody also right there back out on the track in 3rd, showing in 3rd place. Still some trucks in pit road. Derek Raleigh still sitting in pit road with a bunch of damage on the right front of that truck. A little bit of damage on the left front as well. And then we got William Scott Jr. still sitting in the pit lane. Hopefully they don't wind up going a lap down, but they're trying to get all that damage they can fix to get back out here and stay competitive. Most of the drivers back out on the track. Our top 10 right now: Hatfield, Waring, McCullough, Brewmeister, McCullough Jr., Smith, Drummond, Brown, McDuffie, and Terry Wilson to lead out our top 10. Looks like Scott's still in the pits. Raleigh's still in the pits. If that pace car gets around Raleigh, he is going to have a problem staying up front. Raleigh barely making it out before that pit car comes around. Good job not going a lap down. He's going to have to race his way all the way back around the track. Cody Brewmeister still coming down. And I know I'm pronouncing that name wrong. I am so sorry. But that's what I got on the fly. Cody Brewmeister, the number 20. Like I said, Shane Hatfield out here going to lead this race back to green flag. The number 14 of Josh McCullough right on his outside. What a race so far. A lot of competition out there. These guys are pushing hard. Everybody wants the gold, but only one's going to come home with it. And who's that going to be? We're getting a little bit of blinking back there coming out of Terry Wilson. Terry Wilson blinking in and out. He's going to have to get that under control, or iRacing will park him for the night. Does look like it's gotten better. Hopefully you can keep that straight. All the drivers are back out on the track after that horrible crash right there, leading to the finish line. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Pace car off the track. We're going back. Green flag racing. 15, 14. Gonna battle it out. Right back to the restart zone. Green flag is back out. Here we go. 067 making contact with the 14 right there. Getting a little loose. It looks like we had some contact back here between the 11 and the 41. And caution is already back out. It looks like it involved Derek Raleigh and maybe James Waring. James Waring around. Not sure what happened. Let's take a look. As these drivers are going green. A little bit of contact up in front right there. James Waring looking to the outside of the 71. Waring getting pinched up to the wall. The 31 up against the wall is up against him. Contact with the number 33. Down into Raleigh again. Raleigh just getting that damage fixed on that number 71. Raleigh up into the air. Lifting the back end of that truck up into the air. 95 goes back up the track. Beautiful move right there from the, looks like the number 20, of avoiding that accident. Back down the track, almost into the number 04. of Ambrose. Raleigh with some more damage on that number 71 truck. Bunch of trucks involved into that one right there. Raleigh coming back down into pit lane. See if he can get some of that damage fixed. Raleigh just not having the night he was hoping for. Involved into almost every caution so far. After this goes green flag, we're going to only have about 8 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. So not a lot of time to get back up towards the front. Josh McCullough, our new leader, with Shane Hatfield right behind him. It's going to be the 14 and 15 again on the restart. Looks like the number 7 is right there as well. Number 7 of Kenneth McCullough Jr. in that beautiful Lego speed truck. I do like that truck a lot. That thing is real nice. They're going to have the 067 of Justin Smith right there in 4th. Terry Wilson sitting in 5th. Up 12 spots for the night. Dwayne Drummond. Josh Laughlin up 2 spots in 7th. Michael Brown right where he started in that 8th spot, and Joey Allen up 10 spots in 9th. Joey Allen involved in that early caution right in the beginning. Coming to the restart, these guys are going to be grouped up. They're just going to have to be patient trying to get around. If everybody just tries to run up to the front, it is going to cause another caution. These guys want to go green flag. The only way to do it is to stay patient and wait for your opportunity to move up to the front. McCullough leading a majority of this race so far. Let's go ahead and take a look. It looks like Joshua McCullough leading 11 laps so far. Ambrose with 4 laps. Looks like Shane Hatfield with 3. Terry Wilson with 2. William Clark with 1. And James Waring also with 1 lap led. Let's go ahead and take a look at Derek Raleigh. He is still going to be in the pits, unfortunately. I hope he made it back out and back around. He didn't actually go a lap down, but William H. Scott Jr. is coming back out on the track in that number 21. We also have Gerard Essenberg. He's going to still be in the pits. Haven't seen a lot of him tonight with that little Debbie truck, that little Debbie Chevy Silverado. Scott coming back out. He is not going to be a lap down. James Waring now back into pit lane for some reason. Not sure what's going on with him. Hopefully he's going to be all right to come back out. Raleigh's still not moving. He's going to want to get out of there and catch back up to that pack if possible. He may have a little bit too much damage going on in that number 71. We'd love to see him get back out on the track though. Waring back out on the track. He's going to have to make moves to catch back up before they wind up going green flag. But Derek Raleigh and Gerard Essenberg still in the pits. The number 71 and the number 4. After they cross the line, only 7 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. Kenneth McCullough Jr. sitting behind the 14 to push for that inside line. And then we got the the 067 of Justin Smith on that outside, pushing that number 15. Pace cars diving off the track. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully for our final restart here tonight. Josh McCullough, Shane Hatfield going to battle. Back to the restart zone. Green flag is out. McCullough taking charge with the number 7 right behind him of Kenneth McCullough Jr. The two McCulloughs back out front together. Both those trucks taking a huge lead right there with the 15 trailing behind a little bit, trying to catch back up. They're going to have to be careful. That outside line is starting to form up pretty well. They only have 3 trucks on that inside line lined up. Looks like the 067 of Justin Smith, Dwayne Drummond, and Josh Laughlin on that inside line. Number 14 of McCullough jumping up in front of that inside line, leaving the 15 of Shane Hatfield out low. Both McCulloughs stopping that run from the inside, seeing it early. They're going to be jumping back to that outside line where they feel more comfortable. The number 41 right up behind them. That's going to be Drummond. Oh, 067 making contact with the wall right there. That's going to be James Smith. He's going to have to be careful. He's got the 27 right behind him of Joey Allen. Huge line of trucks on that outside line, making a huge charge. If you're not... Oh, big move going to the inside line right there by the number 85 or 95 of James Waring. James Warren trying to make something happen down on that bottom line. We also have a few trucks right there in the middle. Looks like the 002 trying to make that inside line work. He's going to have to get with that 304 behind him. 304 of Keith Powell trying to push hard. They also got the 16 in line with them. 16 of Terry Wilson. A couple more trucks join that middle line right there. Not able to make it work. 304 goes back up to the top. That's going to leave the 002 out there by himself. Josh Laughlin. Oh, the 02 getting turned around. That I don't think is going to bring out a caution. That was towards the back of the pack. Josh Laughlin going around. 002 not able to get it back around in time before that caution actually does come out. That's going to give Todd... Is that William Clark? Yeah, it looks like William Clark with a lot of damage. He's going to have a meatball flag. Let's go back and look and see what happened to Clark. 16 up in the wall real hard right there. 33 avoiding some damage. That 49 looks like he got the meatball. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't look like he has too much damage on that number 49. Let's see if we can see what happened. Looks like he's still moving around pretty good. Oh, man. Maybe that damage happened beforehand? Let's go back and take a look. The initial reason of the caution looks like the 16 just barely getting underneath the 02 up into the 49. 49 sideways, bam, huge wheel damage for the 49. We did not see that on the other replay. 33 barely avoiding that contact right there. 33 of Jackson Bice. Hopefully that 49 has a fast repair to be able to get back out on the track, but without it, it does look like he did repair that damage, so he must have had a fast repair to get back out. But it looks like the back end of that truck is still dented up. So I'm not sure if that was a fast repair or he just used the time to fix the dent. No, definitely not a fast repair. But he no longer has a meatball flag. Still scraping the bottom of the track though. I wonder if he asked for a black clear. Josh McCullough still in charge of this race. Derek Raleigh finally back out on the track after getting all that damage fixed. Awesome to see him back out on the track. Not sure how much he's going to be able to make up, because by the time we get done, we're going to be in the green-white checkered territory. There's only going to be 2 laps to go to finish this race. If they cross the finish line on that first lap, that white flag comes out. No matter what happens, we're going to have a checkered flag after that. No more cautions will be called. This is going to be our 5th Cash Motorsports caution of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Huge contact right there on that last caution. As we see, Terry Wilson in the 16 is going to be down in pit road getting some of that damage fixed, as well as William Scott Jr. in the 21. Gerard Essenberg, he is going to have a bunch of damage on that truck, on that number 4 truck as well. Hopefully those guys can get back out onto the track. That is going to put both of the McCulloughs out front. They're going to be side by side. They're used to pushing each other throughout this race so far. I wonder how they're going to do side by side on a restart. Looks like most of them are going to make it with fuel, so we don't have to worry about that. All we got to do is worry about getting it across the finish line the last time. After that, that white flag comes out. It's a race to the finish. Exciting race so far here at Cash Motorsports. Talladega Gold Rush, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Anybody that's watching afterwards, thank you for being here. Discord is in the link. It's going to be in the description of the race. Come out, give it a shot. $5 can't hurt. Could walk away with a huge cash prize. As we go back double file. The 41 on the inside behind the 14. 33 on the outside right there. 33 of Jackson Bice. After coming out of that pit road, catching up to the pack, he's now going to be scored 4th. Gerard Essenberg just unfortunately not able to make it back out on the track. Derek Raleigh also showing a couple laps down. Not the night Derek wanted to see in that number 71 truck, unfortunately. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, back to the entrance of pit road. Pace car about to be off the track. We're going to have an amazing restart right here. Here we go. We're back, green flag here at Talladega. 14 with a commanding restart right there. The 33 pushing that number 7 back up to the front. Kenneth McCullough Jr. Number 14 jumping right up in front of the 7 as we expected. 7 looking to push the number 14 to a win possibly. Inside line disintegrates. That's going to leave the top side line up there by themselves. 41 jumping in line. Here we go. Contact roaring into the wall. Cars are going around. Caution comes back out. Lot of trucks involved into that one, ladies and gentlemen. The 04, the 27. Looks like the 11. 067. Oh man, a lot of contact right there. Cody Brewmeister, no, jumping to the pits, unfortunately, in that number 20. Shane Hatfield also jumping to the pits. Not what you want to see for those guys. It is too late in the race to catch that much damage. As we go to another green-white checkered, I believe. I'm not sure how many green-white checkers are involved. That could be it. There was only one green-white checkered. I'm not, maybe there was only one green-white checkered, but that's going to be our 6th Cash Motorsports caution of the night. Big shout out to their sponsors tonight. Admin Box joining us here at Talladega. Rally's Retro Rods also here sponsoring tonight. Blind Squirrel Racing and Cash Motorsports. Thank you all for being a part of this amazing race and also any races in the future. Your support is much appreciated. Bunch of cars going into the pits, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Brown, Justin Smith, Joey Allen, Ambrose, Cody Brewmeister, Todd McDuffie also in the pits. Not sure what happened to Todd in that number 3. I didn't see him involved into much tonight. But he is just sitting in the pits, unfortunately. This race is definitely not over. Those McCulloughs commanding all night long. So it looks like our restart lineup is going to be Joshua McCullough, Kenneth McCullough Jr., Jackson Bice, James Waring, Daniel Holdcroft, Dwayne Drummond, William Clark, Keith Powell, Josh Laughlin, and William Scott Jr. to lead out our top 10. Behind those guys, Terry Wilson, Ambrose Nebel. I know I'm saying that wrong. Man, I've got to start asking people how to say their last names. Ambrose in that 04, Michael Brown, and Justin Smith Looks like Joey Allen still in the pits, unfortunately. Cody Brewmeister is going to be out of the race, unfortunately. And then we have Todd McDuffie still in pit lane. Shane Hatfield also out of the race. As we come across the finish line, lights will go off that pace car. We're going back double file for Green Flag Racing here for the Talladega Gold Rush. Hopefully these guys are able to maintain that patience that's needed to complete these last 2 laps under green flag, but you never know. Again, not sure how many green-white checkers we have tonight, so they're going to have to be careful. If it finishes without another green-white checkered, these guys are going to finish in the lineup that they crash in, and that is not opportune to be able to take home that gold prize. As these guys line back up, it's going to be McCullough's on the front lanes going to battle again. 33 is going to be on the inside behind Josh McCullough. Jackson Bice and James Waring going to be on that outside in the number 95 behind the number 7 of Kenneth McCullough Jr. Here we go, back into the restart zone. Green flag is back out. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, back to the exciting action here at Talladega. 14 jumping back to the outside as expected. Going to be working with that number 7 and that number 95. 33 still taking a hard charge. He's going to have the 31 right up behind him of Daniel Holdcraft. That inside line making a bolstering move. 33 moves out to the middle, trying to jump into that outside line behind the number 95. That's going to leave the 31 in charge of that bottom line with the 41 pushing him strong of William Clark. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have a race. Contact between our front leaders. Though 2 goes around in the back. Josh Laughlin, unfortunately, involved in another spin down pit lane right there. Contact comes around. We have the white flag, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't matter what happens now. We will have a checkered flag. 14 still making a huge commanding lead right there with the 7 pushing him from behind. 31 and the looks like the 31 and the 49 trying their hardest to make that inside line work. Outside line been pushing hard all day. They're starting to fall back a little bit on that inside line. Are they going to be able to catch back up? It looks like they are. This is a hell of a finish right here, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Can the 31 get it done on the front of that inside line? 31 of Daniel Holdcraft falls back a little bit. That's going to put the McCulloughs up front. Can they make it work? Here we go. Cross the finish line. The number 14 takes home the checkered flag with the number 7 on his tail, as we thought. That is going to be it here at Talladega for the Cash Motorsports Talladega Gold Rush, ladies and gentlemen. 14 of Josh McCullough coming home with the checkered flag. Kenneth McCullough Jr. in second place. Jackson Bice sitting in third. That is going to be our podium, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with your driver interviews. As we're waiting to get our podium drivers into the booth for an interview, let's see what we can do about looking at some of these results tonight. Josh McCullough taking home that checkered flag with Keith McCullough Jr. right there in second place behind him. As we've seen all night, they were commanding this race. Jackson Bice sitting in third in that number 33. It looks like the hard charger of the night is going to be Jackson Bice, up 14 positions. Josh McCullough leading the most laps. Ambroise Nebel actually having the fastest lap of the night and pole position from James Waring. That's going to be 36 laps here at Talladega. Your running order is going to be right there on the right side. Let's go ahead and see if we can get some interviews done here. We do have Joshua McCullough, our checkered flag holder, the number 14 out there, leading the most laps of the night. Thank you, Josh, for coming up into the booth. We really appreciate you coming up to talk to us tonight, man. Big race tonight. Huge win for you. Big second place for Kenneth McCullough. You guys were pushing each other all night long. Every time we seen a restart, you definitely tried to maneuver to get him behind you. Just walk us through your race. Well, and obviously there were a couple cautions tonight, but you guys wound up staying out of a majority. I don't think I seen either of you involved in any of those cautions tonight, correct? Man, gotta feel good about that. Obviously, not causing damage to the trucks is one of the biggest things on these plate races. And in all honesty, you guys did an amazing job of keeping those trucks clean. All night, I just kept looking back at you guys. You were pushing each other hard around the track the whole time, taking that top side, just really charging and taking command of this race. Congratulations for the checkered flag. Absolutely. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's race? Awesome, man. Thank you guys so much for putting on a hell of a show, Josh, and we look forward to seeing you out next race. Second place, Kenneth McCullough Jr. pushing that number 13, or I'm sorry, that number 14 all night long, pushing him to the win. Commanding lead by you guys all night long, pushing on that outside. Go ahead and take us through your race tonight. How did it go? Yeah, you guys kept those trucks clean like we were talking about, and that's one of the most important parts about being out on these plate races. That just the aerodynamics on those trucks alone. If you cause any damage to those trucks, it's just really hard to take charge and keep pushing really hard. But you guys did an incredible job together, working really hard together. Now, if I'm not confused, you guys are uncle and nephew, I think. Okay. I'm sorry. I swore I thought I heard somebody say you guys were uncle and nephew, but man, incredible finish right there by you two. Doing a great job tonight, pushing your son to the finish. I mean, congratulations on your podium finish, man. You're definitely going to walk out with a payout tonight. Oh, that's going to be an awkward dinner conversation, but man, he did a great job and he was super fast all night. Absolutely. Absolutely. Is there anybody else you'd like to thank for tonight's race? Absolutely, and you guys did a hell of a job. And I will tell you, you were my paint pick of the night, man. I love that Legos truck. That thing was gorgeous. That's right. That's right. I appreciate the tribute to the late great Kyle Busch, man. You guys have an amazing night, and you enjoy this win. Absolutely, buddy. Thank you all for showing up tonight. Thank everybody. Thank Cash Motorsports for putting on this amazing race tonight. Thank you to all their sponsors, and we will see you guys next time here at Cash.